right, to keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need, to be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hearer of all whom pleads? Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown, to worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne?
Welcome to an A.H.A.D moment, the calm before the storm. I'm your host, Minister Idris Taha, and with me have a beautiful panel this evening. To the left of me, always a pleasure to have Lord Holy-Apostle Deen, Holy Queen Mother Saleem, and we have two guests that are here. Two brothers I had the pleasure of meeting on my travels in the world. Brother Nasser Amin and Brother Dr. Charles Coles. May Ahezaah's peace and other blessings be with them about everybody's presence.
Ahezaah's peace and blessings be about your presence as well, brother.
And always I want to thank those A.H.A.D viewers that watch our program. May the Lord's peace and other blessings be with them about your presence as well. We have a beautiful show this evening, a lot of things to discuss here, but one of the great things I want to discuss is what the Lord have manifested for us here on this program, being with the messenger, giving forth of his word for this day. In that, I had the chance to meet these two brothers, like I said before, in traveling, and they have brought something from the Lord that the Lord have given them dealing homeopathic or healing and spirituality. And all this takes place. What Ahezaah has been teaching us through this man here, Lord Holy-Apostle Deen, all the time about the ever change, always changing the mindset, or to have the mind being raised up into the Lord's awareness and spirituality that many people in the world today of religion like to put down or put to the side, only dealing with the outer ways or the outer forms of the religion. So with that being said, Lord Holy-Apostle, Holy Queen, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to start,
okay.
but you know, I'm a little nervous. I'm not usually this nervous, but it's a pleasure.
Why? Because we got a couple of guests on the show.
You know,
we know guests, we family.
You know.
To him.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's funny that the Lord do things like that, you know. But I thank the Lord much for it's doing what it's doing.
Yes,
I want to read a little bit about these brothers' bio or background before we get into the show. Brother Nasser, for example, here, he's a researcher and a promoter, a certified aromatherapist, a reflexologist, a nutritionist, and a certified Reiki healer. I want to hold that to the side because I always want to get to understand what the word Reiki means. Yeah. And to the far right of him is Brother Charles Cole, but he likes to be called Doc. You know, he broke that down to me when I had a chance to speak with him. Yeah. And I'm going to read a little bit of his bio. He began his healing studies at the New York Chiropractic Institute in New York City back in 1966, where you received your degree. And then from there, you went to the Chicago National College of Neuropathy.
Neuropathy.
Okay.
Now you are a doctor, right?
3 times over.
3 times over.
So, you know, it's more than him liking to be called Doc. Let's respect him. He's a doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor is so formal.
Listen,
what I really
for the
am
world,
is with the people.
For the world, and for their reception, we go ahead with those titles. You see, because people in general don't know how to accept anything less. You know, we know what we really are. We are all servants of the Lord Most High.
Absolutely.
And the Lord Most High is the doctor.
That's the big doctor.
You know. But we go ahead with what we know. You know, we know that you are doctor.
Yes, sir. And you received a degree, and your third doctorate, as a matter of fact, a degree in divinity.
Yes.
From the American Institute of Holistic Theology back in 1989.
Yes.
And one of the things I found most appealing about you, going through the city of Newark and East Orange, that your office or your practice has always been on Central Avenue. I drove past it for years, not knowing that 75 Central Avenue. I said, wow, I've gone past it for years, the Rejuvenation Healing Center. I said, wow, okay.
And then right next to the used to be the dialysis.
Exactly.
That's Mother Dear.
See?
All right.
You know, so I used to show how we make the world big, but actually I used to show how the world is small and all things are connected. So with that, the Brother Nasser, Brother Dr. Coles, we're gonna get into
let me say this here. I want to introduce my brother Nasser.
Okay.
Nassar. I haven't seen this brother in over 30 years. 35 years. And he, in my opinion, was one of the few truest brothers that I know that was in the Nation of Islam at Mosque 25 on South Orange Avenue in Newark back in the 70s, up until the time the messenger prophet of Allah, Elijah Muhammad, passed. True soldier, hardworking, sincere brother. And the reason I could say that is because I worked with him. I was second under his command at a squad we had. We had did many things, and we did a lot of service for the community.
Yes, we did, bro.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And both of us were not as trusted as we should have been because of our sincerity and what one of the things, you know, my audience, you know, I've talked about this before, not being trusted because I had so much information. Although I grew up a thug and crazy and what have you, with being misdirected from the path that I should have been on because I tried to get friends with people in the world. The Lord didn't take the energy it gave to me to use for it. So I went into the world going crazy. So many of the brothers up at the mosque that knew me, they had begged me to come into the nation for many years because they knew I was proclaiming Islam. Although when I was out in the street, I wouldn't use the name of Allah, you see, because I feared Allah. Yeah. But I studied the Quran and all of Elijah's books from the time I was, you know, since I could read.
Yes, I remember.
And when I walked into the nation, I knew everything.
Yes.
So they didn't trust me. They thought I was an agent. Plus, back then they was telling us we weren't allowed to read the Quran, only the ministers. Yeah. And I was and read the Quran so many times. And so I found this brother to be very true. And we had some good times together. So,
we had some great times.
You know, I honor this brother. I honor you.
Well, brother, I thank you. Well, brother, I truly thank you. But really, the honor is mine to give to you, brother.
Brother is equal, brother.
Because I know, as you said, in them early days, the certain energies that we represented that was from our heart.
Yes.
Like Malcolm, same thing. Yes. Same thing. We gave our hearts sincere.
Yes.
And sometimes we were disappointed, but we stood fast,
you know,
for the goodness that we stood for.
That's right.
And you gave me inspiration, brother.
Did I?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Indeed, yes, you did, brother.
You was a hard soldier,
and
brother.
You were also one of the hard soldiers. You know what I mean? that I was trying to be like.
Is that right?
Yeah, be strong, brother. And on a hot sun that was out there with them frozen fish. Muhammad Wadi H&G.
Yes, right. That's right. But I didn't get soaked down.
We sold it. That's what
we sold ours. We had the other brothers' fish swimming in the water.
We kept moving. We actually went door to door.
Okay.
It sound like way out stuff, but we went door to door. It's not sincere we were.
Patterson to Say,
door
Jersey
to door.
City, East
Every
Orange,
door in Newark, we knocked on
Newark,
that fish.
You name it, Jersey City.
Took a whole year, but we.
That's all right. But we got our clientele. See, we created a business. The brothers didn't know what they was doing out there, but Ahezaah gave me a business mind. Right. You know, I mean, I took what I learned in the streets and brought it there. And I went and I set up my clientele. So, you know, I knew who my Tuesday people were, who my Monday people were, and so forth and so on. And this is something I was trying to pass on to everybody.
Oh, secretary, he was sharp.
I was secretary.
I had to sharp.
That's the thing that killed me. He couldn't understand it back then, though. I had everybody else stuff in order, 10 brothers stuff in order. And I became overworked. I needed more pay, but my boss didn't realize that.
I wasn't the boss.
He was in command. He was the boss. I'm the salesman, secretary, second in command. I don't know what, the shoe shine guy, the sergeant of arms, you know. But we kept it together. We had an honorable squad. We kept it together until we couldn't go no more, you know. But of all the things I remember from, you know, back then, I think that there was probably the greatest. Other than me, when I first came in and was so shocked and amazed like everybody else when you feel like the ministers are talking directly to you. You know, and then the other thing, when they put me out because they thought I was an agent because I knew too much.
I remember that.
Yeah, and you too get put out.
I couldn't believe that.
And all is amazing how the crooks. One of them even rose up, became the imam. of the masjid after Elijah's passing. I'm like, how that happened? You know, brothers who lied in the name of Allah, and that's scary. You know, I mean,
I saw that too. That kind of
that's scary, man. Somebody who would lie, straight up lie, and use Allah's name. You know, that would never leave me. You know, but the thing about it is that we were young.
They didn't know it, though.
No, they didn't know. No. They didn't know. We were young. And, you know, when I seen you, brother, you know, because I've talked to my people a lot about, you know, like how Deen Muhammad, even though he stole his place, he had it put in his hands a wealth and didn't know what to do with it. He became a destroyer of men and kicked his father, beat his father down while his father's in the grave. And then the other individual, Louis Farrakhan, who was never really a leader, but loved. He was a speaker, tried to be the leader that he was never meant to be. And so you have hundreds of thousands of the whole nation, which was talked about in the book of Malachi, destroyed by them, you know? And what they do now is they've taken spirituality, the closest thing that we can get to Allah, aside from our souls itself, in spirituality, they've taken that and they've kicked it under the cover for emotionality and for materiality. Huh?
Wow.
And that's what has happened to our 100,000s of soldiers. We got people out there that don't know what has happened to them, you know, but that is what has happened, you know, and they talk about me in private, run from me, you understand, have joined forces together to thinking that I was ready to come after them because I have the letters I sent to them. And Farrakhan telling his people don't even speak my name in their masjids or their mosques, you know, not realizing that this thing that's going on with us in this world here, see, no matter what you do, you're not going to change what Allah meant to be. Huh?
All right.
This thing is above our heads. This is a divine thing. This is a holy thing. This is something this is not man-made. See, when we talk about the angels in the four elements of the earth, which they talk about at the four corners of the earth in the book of Revelation, and we explain to them that it's the angels in the four elements of the earth. And when we told them years ago that the earth was going to be thrown off its axis and people were going to be praying that the birds of carrion and the dogs come and eat up the dead people, the millions that they would see dead, you know, and all these things, they think that's something man-made. And when it happened with the tsunami, and then this thing that is said in the Holy Quran about the moon, one of the signs, the moon will be marked twain too. Yeah. You know, you will see it in two different ways, and the earth will be shattered. You understand? And they look at these hurricanes dancing around like tornadoes, ripping up Mother Earth. And destroying, going after the one that is called what is Earth? What is America's called?
What's that?
It's the whole it's the whore of Babylon, not the whore of Babylon, but yeah, but the whore of
The
Babylon.
whore of Babylon. The main one is that old Pope, but yeah. but they got another name for her, for America. What they call her?
She's
the Jezebel, the harlot. I'm surprised at you. This is my Bible man here. He must really be nervous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sitting between the family reunion. That's why.
But the thing about it is, the thing about it is, what I've been trying to get out to our people is that this thing is way over our heads. You know, Crips and Bloods, a curse on the black man. You understand? Because they did not listen to Elijah. They thought Elijah was a game. And they let people like Spike Lee come up and raise Malcolm up as though Malcolm was the man. They let other people raise Farrakhan up as though Farrakhan was the man. When they only took from the divine words that Elijah gave. Now you think about it, Elijah only gave a few words.
Very few.
He gave a few words. He did not come here to propagate Islam. Elijah did what he was said to do in the book of Malachi. Huh? And he drew the fathers and the sons of the chosen people back together. Huh? Now, he did his job. What was supposed to happen? The man was supposed to come with the Lord unseen power, with the book of the covenant. Supposed to go to Elijah's temples and call them people. But it was said that they wouldn't abide him. They wouldn't tolerate him, which they did not tolerate me when I came to them. You understand? Huh? Elijah always said there was something special about Newark. Remember they used to say that? And something special about 25. Elijah knew this would be the new chosen city, the new Jerusalem. That's why Allah started them young boys calling Jersey Jerusalem. Huh? And while we was talking about this is the new ark, the city of the new ark. There's a whole lot of things that's really above the people's head in general. You feel where I'm coming from? And Elijah had to come, and Elijah came, and we not were the soldiers, we are the soldiers. Now, even though these brothers came and tried to destroy what Allah had put in place, because we never was taught to hate the white man. Elijah never told us to hate the white man. What made us hate things is when people tell you, well, look, that dog has been messing on your shoe. You start hating that dog. I ain't say hate that dog for messing on your shoe. Elijah said the white man been doing this, that, and the other to us, and he's the devil. He didn't have to say black men's the devil too. He wanted us to see that white devil. Although we've grown, we know that the devil is in all men. Huh? Now, although they have taken and tried to spoil what Allah was doing, and Elijah said before it's passing, don't trust his son Wallace. Elijah said that's documented. Don't trust him. He's a troublemaker. He's no good. He the one who got Malcolm killed. He the one got not killed, but got Malcolm messed up in the head, feeding him all that bad information. You know, it's a whole lot of stuff that's been brought out that people don't talk about. Have you noticed people scared to say the name of Elijah as though Elijah's still alive? Because Elijah's spirit is still alive. You understand? Now, we going on to do what Allah had planned to be done. The covenant of Allah, the new covenant of Allah is in. The grace of Allah is on the new people. The Lord said in this day and time that the people who come under the way of Muhammad will not understand the new creation. We are the new creation. Allah told them if they followed the way of the people of the book before them, that it would create a new creation, a new people. We are that new people. You understand? Yeah. It said in the book of Revelation that Samuel, the Lion of Judah, the prophet Sam, will be resurrected. To unloose the seven seals, the book of the seven seals, which I have, and unlock the book of all the languages of the religions. You understand? So our soldiering as a people haven't gone to naught. You brothers who's gone out, you got educated in all different directions. One day Ahezaah gonna pull us all together. See what they doing, what Werf is doing for the Caucasian, have our people turning and kissing the hand of the Pope, and it's clearly described the Pope in the book of Revelation as the whore of all man. That said he would sit on the throne of harlots. Said he would be bedecked in jewels, told what he would have on. And said they would drink out of the golden cup that would be soiled with the blood of the saints. And they have tried to destroy every true saint that ever lived. And they have created canonism where they themselves say this is a saint and that's a saint, creating miracles and illusions for people to believe in. Huh?
Speak it, brother.
And when Allah caused them themselves to destroy the Twin Towers with their own hands and then try to make like it was somebody else, huh? Because no matter who do what, the prophecy is still fulfilled. I don't care who do it. You know, I could jump up there and do and say it ain't prophecy because I did it. No, it's still being fulfilled. Right. People want to say, well, you know, give me some scientific evidence. Or, well, Allah didn't cause that to happen like that. He caused it to happen like that. Well, did it happen? Just because you don't understand what the Lord is talking about don't mean that it's not there to be understood.
Exactly.
You understand? So once they did that, all the so-called unknowing Caucasians ran around the world and bought up every Nostradamus book they could find. What you buy Nostradamus book? All of a sudden he's a prophet now? I thought you said he was just a healer or something. See, one thing about the Caucasians, when hell coming their way, they don't care about their leaders no more. They say, "I'll kill you. I want the truth. I want to get out of here." They laughed at Elijah about the mothership and what have you, which, I crack on that sometimes a little bit. But if Allah say, "Hey, there's one, you got to get out off of earth for a period of time," I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
are they not trying to make stations up there to live on? Where's the joke about the mothership now?
Never was a joke.
Huh?
Never was a joke.
Never
In my
was.
book. In my book.
You know, they trying to them it was, they made it a joke. You understand? Now you got the son of Elijah going to kiss the hand of the Pope. Then you got him coming to the Pentagon, which is a building that's made up like the
Pentagram.
pentagram, where they create and design wars to kill people. That's all they do there. What is he doing praying in that building? And what is he doing changing his name Muhammad to Mohammed? See, most people don't realize that the Pakistanis used to run Islam long time ago. And one of the signs of them is that if you end with the jinn, you got to call yourself Mohammed in Muslim. That's one of their signs. Soon as he changed that U to the O, I knew. But I knew anyway when he first came, brother. You remember this first speech he gave? And he said they were going to kill you. Thank Allah that I'm here because they were going to kill you. I know I'm messing with your head, taking you back so far.
I remember the first time he came to Newark.
In
25.
Symphony Hall.
No, it was March 25.
The time when he came to Symphony Hall, that's the time I'm talking about. But go ahead.
Well, I remember the time he came in 25 on South Orange Avenue, March 25. And he spoke about, about 8 hours, 8, 9 hours straight.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I remember for myself, what he taught was, to me, was teaching metaphysics. He wasn't teaching the traditional talk that we taught, that we used to talk in the old.
What he was doing was trying to twist the people's heads off so that they would think that he was a genius.
Well, you know, what he taught,
Yeah.
I understood exactly what he was saying, exactly what he was saying. The symbols of science he was using of creation, or how to modify man's behavior, how it coincided with nature. I understood that.
Right.
And I understood it perfectly well. In fact, I embraced it because I knew this is kind of talk I've been talking.
Right.
And when you saw me when I came in,
right. Yeah.
I was talking. This is what I believed in.
Right.
And I still believe it to this day.
Yeah.
So when he came in talking that, I felt at home. He wasn't talking white man, this white man, that. He was talking some other stuff.
Right.
And the people, the brothers that was around me, they didn't understand what he was saying.
No, they didn't.
They got upset.
Of course.
They were saying, "Oh, he ain't teach us." They would walk out.
Of course.
No. Just listen to what he's saying.
Yeah.
I understood what he was saying.
Yeah.
Now, everyone has their reason for being here. Before we might not see the whole picture ourselves in our own spirit mind, but it still exists.
Right.
And Farrakhan, A.H.A.D, Malcolm, Joali, all these brothers and women, they have their reason and they have their part.
Right.
Even Jesse.
Right. Everybody.
The actor.
Everybody.
And Martin and so forth.
All of them.
These brothers have a part in this huge picture that consists of creation. And we can't get around it. And I refuse to take one part and be comfortable and settle in one corner when there's a huge picture. For me to have that mind's eye, that oneness with Creator, Allah, or whatever you want to call, I have to see the whole picture and be honest with myself and with creation, because that's who I am. I am part of it. Is a part of me. So this is how when I travel, I'm travel in that same dimension when it comes to the inner spiritual essence or the holistic healing.
I think that's the thing
That's why I went that direction.
I think that's the thing I liked about you, you know. See, here's the whole thing, the problem with A.H.A.D Muhammad. Elijah was a divine man.
No doubt.
And most people don't know what being a divine individual is. See, many people think like Martin was a divine man. And people today think that Worth is a divine man. Now, although Elijah never talked about becoming enlightened in the Christ light of truth, Allah sent him a man who was enlightened in the Christ light of truth. And Allah spoke through that man, which was Wallace Farad. Right? Who called himself Master Farad Muhammad. Most people didn't understand what was taking place when Elijah said Allah came to me in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. They thought he was calling that man God.
Right, exactly.
But see, Allah came to people in the person of Jesus, and in the person of Muhammad, and in the person of many other people. Because Allah can come to you in any form or fashion that it desires to come to you. And just like it came to Moses in the form of that fire in the burning bush.
Yes.
That fire was a Ramadan to him. Just like Muhammad went through his Ramadan. You know, all people who receive covenants from the Lord Most High, they go through that divine burning because of the fact of the matter is because it's just too great for them. The information is burning and it's a divine thing. It's just an order. Now, although like what you saying about, you know, everybody being a part of the whole, the devil is a part of the whole.
Exactly.
And if the devil comes to you with the truth, you need to listen to that truth. You know, you need to understand that the devil is a part of Allah. Allah created the devil. You know, the created Allah. And most people don't understand when I say the created Allah. How the created Allah? Well, the is that indescribable thing of reality, the real of reality that's unknowable, but it's there, you know, and it make itself known through its communicating with all its creatures that it created. And it created an image for us to be created in that we call Allah and many other names that sits the throne. You understand? Now, although all these people,
quite well, brother.
Excuse me?
I would put it quite well.
Oh, well, it's the truth.
Yeah, that's why so well.
Yeah.
When you feel that, you know, to me, when I feel, when I hear a certain vibration, and I know in my heart, if it feels like, if it gives me that type of sensation, this type of vibe on a certain frequency, then I know it is what it is.
Well, that's one of the reasons I have you and Brother Cole here.
Yeah, you know.
Because if I didn't know that about you, you wouldn't be sitting here.
Thank you, my brother.
You understand? Because I don't gamble. You know? But the thing about it is that even though those brothers are all a part of the whole, they don't have to be right. See, Allah creates on the right and the left. You see? And it creates a balance with everything.
Yes, sir.
You know, I was just telling some the other day how, you know, the which we call L, or as, like for As-Salam, or as, you know, all those, the definite article of all things, you know, that stands before all things. You know, and it is the id in our mind. See, they got that. What was that guy's name? Freud. You know, and then they made it like if you ain't right, you're a fraud, right? Because he was a fraud,
right?
You know, but he knew that the id is L, and that is the thing that's in your mind, causing you to do things that you have no idea you're gonna do. You know, you got your conscious mind. And you got your subconscious mind, but the greatest part of your mind is the id. You see, and that is the creator of the supreme being, huh?
Yeah.
And most people don't know that the supreme being is created. See, the Hindus, they go about saying that the Lord dies, the Lord that seats the throne dies every 1,500 years. That's a lie. It's a damn lie. But I understand what they're saying. But they twisted. Every people in the book that came before us and twisted things. But see, what it is like today, in the book of Revelation, it says, I would have the name of the Lord written on my being, the new name of the Lord. And it said it's a lot of other things. And the Lord has manifested to me that new name is Ahezaah. It comes in the most timely manner because the Muslims have destroyed the name of Allah.
Who of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed?